Hi, everybody. Here's the weather forecast for Monday, June the 10th, 2024. As we start, we are going to look at the current hazards. There is excessive heat warnings going on in Arizona, southern Nevada, heat advisories, and excessive heat warnings in the Central Valley of California. Also, few counties in New Mexico have flash flood watches, and a couple counties in Wyoming, and the light greens are river flood warnings. It's scattered about in Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas, Texas, and Louisiana. Everybody else is rather dry for the time being. SPC Outlook for today has chance, a slight chance 2 out of 5 for severe weather for South Dakota, western Nebraska, and eastern Wyoming, and another slight risk down here in western Texas, and a little slight risk here in southern South Carolina and coastal Georgia into southeastern Georgia. This is driving, those hazards are in fact for 2% chance of tornadoes from western Nebraska, western South Dakota, eastern Wyoming, and a little sliver of Montana, and down here in southern South Carolina and coastal Georgia and into the southeastern part of Georgia. Hail, 15% chance in western Nebraska, western South Dakota, and eastern Wyoming. 15% chance down here for large hail exceeding 1 inch in western Texas and here along the coastal and southeastern portions of Georgia and South Carolina. And the wind outlook is 15% in the same spots: western Nebraska, western South Dakota, eastern Wyoming, western Texas, southeastern Georgia, and South Carolina. Tomorrow's outlook is a marginal risk 1 out of 5 for Iowa, Minnesota, and Wisconsin, and big 1 out of 5 section here from Colorado, New Mexico, one county in Oklahoma Panhandle, and a lot of Texas. Day 3, there's a slight risk of severe weather from northeastern Nebraska, eastern South Dakota, about the southern half of Minnesota, northwestern part of Iowa, and into northern part of Wisconsin. There is a day 4 for pretty much from Detroit to Kansas City to Lincoln, Des Moines, Chicago, and all areas in between. Temperatures at this time. That is 60 degrees in Wilmington, North Carolina. That's not a misprint. 80s inland, 70s. Goes all the way up into South Dakota. 70s and 80s down in the southern plains. 90s in the deserts. 90s in Florida. Temperature change. 20 degrees colder than yesterday in Wilmington, North Carolina. Along this stretch is 10 to upwards of 25 degrees cooler than yesterday as a trough dropped down from the north and laid out. There's a boundary that's laid out across this area here, and then a pocket of 5 to up to 15 degrees warmer than yesterday from the middle of the country up into Montana. Excessive rain outlook for today. There's a 5% chance of rainfall exceeding flash flood guidance in the Dakotas and a small section of Montana, and a big swath from southern Colorado, northeastern New Mexico, and a lot of Texas. A small section here in eastern Georgia and coastal Georgia and southern South Carolina and coastal sections, and half of Florida. Models showing what's going to happen in the next 7 days. There's a boundary set up here. This is going to be a focal point for this chance of severe weather. Longs down here and down here. That's not how that's supposed to go. As we move forward, you see storms blown up here, storms blown up here from Colorado up into North Dakota. These will probably be mostly hailstorms, but a couple of tornadoes cannot be ruled out. And a lot of popcorn storms down in Texas. These also will probably produce large hail. As we go forward, everything calms down. The rain picks up here in southern Florida from all the tropical downpours that are down off in the Gulf. As we continue forward, there was a complex of storms that went through going southeast in Texas. We're now into Thursday. This is the next chance for severe weathers with this complex of storms heading southeast with a front. And then Friday, another blow up of storms here. There could be chance of severe weather with large hail and damaging winds. As we continue forward, it pushes into the northeast, where pretty much the northeast will have a chance of severe weather with damaging winds and large hail as the front continues on. Saturday had complex of storms coming out of Colorado into Nebraska and Kansas. This could be another focal point of severe weather. As that lifts out, we have a tropical disturbance down here in the Gulf. We will see what happens with that in later forecasts. Showers and thunderstorms out in the upper Midwest. These can also be severe. As we push on forward, now we're getting into next Monday, and that plume of tropical moisture with that disturbance down here goes into the central Gulf Coast with heavy rain, possible flooding along the Gulf Coast, showers and thunderstorms in Minnesota, and then after that, things will be subject to change as confidence grows lower with this model. I will also show you towards the end of this model that by the 22nd of this month, there could be a tropical storm in the Gulf that might turn into a hurricane, but this is just one model run, and that might take a 958 storm into, say, Galveston, but we will have to see about that since we are 15 days out. And that goes inland and weakens. Now, the way I will be doing these, I will do a U.S. overview of severe weather hazards and model runs. And at the end, I will give a local forecast for the people in Northeast South Carolina and Southeast North Carolina. So here we go. The forecast for Northeast South Carolina and Southeast North Carolina goes as follows. The rest of the afternoon, chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a high around 80. Tonight, chance of showers and thunderstorms before 4 a.m., mostly cloudy with a low 66. Tuesday, chance of showers and thunderstorms between 3 and 4, otherwise mostly sunny with a high near 86. Tuesday night, mostly clear with a low of 68. Wednesday, sunny with a high of 86. Wednesday night, partly cloudy with a low of 70. Thursday, mostly sunny with a high near 87. Thursday night, mostly clear with a low around 70. Friday, sunny with a high near 87. Friday night, partly cloudy with a low of 72. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high near 89. Saturday night, partly cloudy with a low around 72. Sunday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny with a high around 88. 30% chance. Thank you for watching, and like the video if you like it.